subscribe to my channels.
Shrimp tank update. Red cherry shrimps. How are they going? Well, there's lots of shrimp, all different sizes. The colony continues to grow. Some of them not as red as. Sometimes you look at real shrimp keepers videos and their shrimp is like so red. I don't think it's just the camera footage, but it has to be some knowledge to be gained there. Amazon puffer tank is not the cleanest, but it will do for now. But the puffers continue to do well. They are actually approaching 2 years in this size tank. As you would remember, I did do some shift arounds with them. My intention is to relocate them to the 55 gallon currently that has the tiger barbs, but that would be after I determine what I'll do with the tiger barbs, make it for those away. These soupy tetras, 3 of them continue to do well as well, living in harmony with these Amazon puffers. Always surfing, regardless of what blackouts you did or try to do. My outdoor multi-prong pond. A lot of golden mollies, black mollies, silver mollies, rainbow fish, Bosmani rainbows, red rainbows, and I do have some guppies. I do have some cichlids in here as well. Cichlids that I caught as babies from the main cichlid pond when I'm cleaning it, and then they would come out in the net and I would throw them in here. I have some dragon cichlids and others, neon cichlids, and they all live in harmony, and I'm sure that every now and again those cichlids will snag a couple of these other fish that are a bit vulnerable, but there's a very thick plant system in here. And as you can see over in the smaller section of the same pond, again planted a lot of Java ferns, lotus, lily, and only small size fish could get in here because I connected the 2 sides with some small holes so that big fish cannot come over on this side. So there's a lot of small fishes that's in here that would eventually swim over to the big side when they're ready. I have some shrimp in here also, and a lot of snails. So these are the way I breed all these snails for the puffers. I forgot to mention there's goldfish in here as well. But because of all the plants, sometimes they don't even come up when the food is being served there. Eventually they get theirs. Oh yeah, and a lot of platies as well. Regular common platies though. And for those who were wondering how the covered ponds are going, so as I said, I did a roof system for my pond. This is the cichlid pond. This is the koi pond roof. If you want to see the full layout of it, check my videos. And the concerns, well, not concerns, but some of the things that sorry guys, I'm trying to set up the camera while talking. Should have done that before. But yeah, some of the things I was really exploring was, you know, how does the pond look after the change? Because with a roof, you're not going to get all the direct sun in it. And guys, once there's sun, this is working out pretty good so far. I didn't go back and check the timeline as to when the roof was completed and you know, when I last serviced the pond, but rough estimate, I think I last serviced this pond a fortnight ago, and the roof was completed the week of that fortnight. So the roof was completed like a Tuesday, and then this Saturday I serviced the pond, and now this is the 2 weeks later Saturday, where I'm now giving an update. And as you can see, the water is crystal clear all the way to the bottom. After the first week, I was a bit concerned, and I suspect what was going on, that was when it was actually making the change, because the water was seemingly a bit cloudy. It did come out cloudy, but then after that, this is what it is, guys, and I haven't serviced this yet. I haven't serviced since. Let's feed these guys. Mr. Oscar believes he especially likes me to hand feed him. Then he tries biting me. Just for you all to remember what I feed these fish with. This is their more special food. I would feed them a brand Azu 9-in-1 hump booster, flower horn hump. The pellets are of good quality. It's for cichlids basically. So regardless of whether it's a flower horn or not, I feed them that. I also got some flukas, freeze-dried crickets. I order these things every now and again to give variety for these cichlids in particular. Sometimes I'll also throw some for the kois, etc. There's a lot of baby fish in here as well, so I feed a combination of very fine pellets for them. I don't know if you all seen all those ballard sharks, etc. But let me tell you, this pond is doing extremely great. I'm going to take out the zoom so you can get a better view of the fishes as they come up to feed. So essentially what I get, so that you know, I covered the pond. The midday direct sun does not beam down in the pond in that aggressive way. Of course, you'll get, the sun is a magnificent specimen, if I may call it so. So it's definitely going to find its way through all nooks and crevices. But what you get is really not the full direct sun. So in the morning, this is what you get. This is the morning right now. And then in the evening, you also get a nice amount of sun, but the water is never hot at any time. The fish were accustomed going down to the bottom of the pond during the day when the direct sun was overhead without the roof. Now I notice they swim on top all day, most days, most times. Lovely, I say, lovely. Again, I want to show you guys the babies. There's lots of baby cichlids in here, all in harmony with the adults. That's one of the beautiful things about a pond that has the kind of size and scale like this one. 1,300 gallons, just so you remember. Right, and you get the babies living with the parents, etc., living with different fish. And I can't leave out my bicher. He always comes up for the fine pellets. I asked some Synodontis catfish as well. That comes up for the fine fillets. I'm going to see if I can capture them shortly. Let me throw some food for the other guys so they move away from the side walls, so we can focus on the babies and the Mr. Biter. He is so tame. If I put my hand in there, I can actually hold him. Let me see if I could get the those Synodontis cats there. Just saw one there. Guys, you all saw it. It's about 3 of them that I see. But sometimes what you see is not all that's there. See 2 of them coming there feeding. Let me tell you, this pond, guys, is always full of activity. And those Synodontis cats were born in here, by the way. If you see the parents who would not come up, they are always within the rocks. Gigantic. I have a number of different catfish in here. Now for the koi pond, well, I have to call it koi shark pond because the kind of bioload that those sharks release in here, it must be recognized that they are in here. And with respect to this roof and how this pond is going, the cover, it's a bigger volume of water, about 2,700 gallons of water running in here with the capacity to hold 3,000 gallons if it's full to the top. The water is clear, but it's taking a little longer to come in. I suspect it's really because of the volume. I guess it's reasonable if the cichlid pond at 1,500 gallons took about a week, over 2 fortnights to clear up with this change with a cover. I guess this amount of volume will take a little while as well, but definitely the water is clear. I can see to the bottom, but the water doesn't have that polished look to it. Now that could also be because when I cleaned the filters for this pond, I didn't deep clean one of the filters set up. I only deep cleaned, and when I mean deep clean, I mean get out everything from it. Not using pipe water or anything. I use the same water as you all would know from the past, but I didn't really get everything out of the filter, so the polished part of it would have been a bit compromised, I would say. Also, one of the filters is not working as it started working. If you look at this main waterfall here, it's a very slow trickle. There's something going on with this particular filter, this gravity filter that is connecting to this. The UV light system is connected in that filter, and what happened is the connections there, I suspect, over time as breakdown, the UV light no longer works, but the actual fittings leading through the UV light where the water passes has been a bit compromised and a bit porous. I used some duct tape to try to tape it up because I can't get the part replaced, and of course, you know, the shop wants to sell me the entire, you know, that's the thing in the Caribbean, there's no replacement parts for anything these guys bring, and those that used to bring replacement parts for certain things have also gotten tardy, I guess because they realize it makes no difference forcing you to really buy over the equipment even though you're still getting some reasonable utilization of it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to probably switch that filter out to another system. I haven't thought it through yet, but I know I have to get a better waterfall experience there. and as such a better filter system. Or I may call in a plumber to make some connections, or I might just do it myself. But it's really just to secure the fittings. I'll condemn the UV light, probably get a stand-up dedicate UV light, and condemn the one from that filter box, and just get a nice fitting run into it and see if the water pressure comes out, the waterfall better. But all in all, you could see the sunlight down on that side right now. Sunlight. So as I said, this morning it's still getting the sun, but it's never going to get the kind of sun that's going to cause it to always be full of algae and not clear to see through and through all the way to the bottom.
Subscribe to my channels.